Welcome back to Championship Rounds. We've reached week 11 in this NFL season. It's not a young NFL season anymore. It's not a newborn baby. I'd say it's more like a preteen or even an adolescent. No, maybe that's too young. But as always, Championship Rounds. The boy Marcel Pierre here. I got the usual suspects. The first one is from the mean streets. The city that never sleeps. The city where men do evil that women aren't capable of doing. Without further ado, Eric Workman. How is it going out there in the streets?
Living the dream, buddy.
You're living the dream. It sounds like it's a nightmare, but looks like you're doing all right. And also from a more, gated community, where if you walk your dog on a certain side of the street, you get ticketed. You got Mr. Chadwick Lee. What's up, buddy? You still bleeding blue after last week? What's going on?
Absolutely. Just glad for you to have me back for another week, buddy. Just glad for you to have me back for another week.
Hey, buddy, the pleasure is all mine. As always, guys, like, share, comment, subscribe, turns the wheels, circles the wagons along with those Buffalo Bills, and I appreciate it tremendously. All right, without further ado, Thursday Night Football. That's tonight. And who do we got? Let me go ahead and get the ticker going. You got the New England Patriots, who are showing that they might and good and damn well be a playoff team. Bills boys, if you will, going against those weathered, and I'm being very kind, the weathered Atlanta Falcons. Why don't you guys kick off? I'll let you guys decide this time.
Good, Eric. Take off, buddy.
All right, age before beauty. I got you on it. But no. All right, Thursday night. Definitely feel like this is going to be a good game. It might be a little closer, I feel like, than what the spread implicates here. Atlanta, real hot and cold on it, but they're playing at home, prime time. I think they play a good game. With that being said, just a damn Bill Belichick-led team is just too mistake-free. I feel like here for the Falcons to be able to take this from them, I feel like it's a close game, but I feel like the Patriots find a way to ink it out in this one. And old Mac Daddy Jones gets another win in his rookie campaign to possibly be the rookie of the year in this one.
Mac Daddy, keep it in your pants, buddy. What do you think, Chad?
I think Bill Belichick, he's on kind of a mission to show, that it wasn't all about Tom Brady running his system, that he can actually, have some type of success without Tom Brady. I think he has this rookie quarterback just looking like he might be, the next thing, to run New England for a couple good years. The defense, I think they're going to come in and, give Atlanta fits again. I think Cordell Patterson, he's still questionable for the game. So, without Cordell Patterson, the guy who's been making all the plays for him this year, with him being out, I just don't think they're going to be able to keep up with him, really. I see the Patriots winning.
All right, so 2 picks for the New England Patriots here. Just throwing it right out there along with you guys. Going with the Patriots. You got a team in Atlanta where if a team has a pulse on defense, they're going to give the Atlanta Falcons fits. All right? It just goes down like that. I don't know why, but that's how it plays out. And they're missing their most diverse explosive player in Cordero Patterson. But I don't think it would matter if they had him because I just don't think he'd be explosive enough, just like last week. I'm not going to go into the undergarments again, but I just think just like last week, you got a defense here, and that's going to give you problems on offense, an offense that's already stagnant, that's not exactly, they relied on those big plays to get them in games, the games that they've won, which they've managed to win 4 games. But I just don't think, Eric, I'm going to echo the same sentiment that you gave. they just play mistake football for the most part. I mean, everybody has penalties, but for the most part, they play mistake football. They're fundamental. Their offense is formidable as fuck. I mean, Mac Jones can definitely play the position. That's good for them going forward. Yeah, I'm sure with the performance that the New England Patriots have been putting up lately, I'm sure I'm sure your brother's pretty excited about it. But yeah, going with the New England Patriots, and anybody got something to add before we move on?
Yeah, he's only excited about the Patriots when they are winning, so you're correct that he's excited right now.
Yeah, he's probably got a picture of Tom Brady beside a picture of Mac Jones, and he's deciding just which one of them is more attractive. But we're moving on. We're moving on to Sunday night football. I love you, Chris. That's not, Sunday night football, or actually Sunday afternoon football. I'm getting ahead of myself. First game is Indianapolis Colts, Buffalo Bills. Eric, you went first. That means it's on you. Chad, go ahead and tell me what your take is on this matchup here.
Big game for the Colts. As we all know, Colts offense is powered by the run game, which I believe the Bills is number one in run defense. So it should, bring up a challenge for the Colts there. I just feel like, the Bills are just so wishy-washy. I feel like the Colts really need this one. I'm going to step out on a limb here, and I'm going to, go with the Colts. Obviously I'm from Indiana. It's a big one for the Colts. They really need this one. They lose this one, they might be out of it completely. So I'm just going to go with the Colts just because I'm hoping that's what happens.
I got you, yeah. I mean, everybody, you got to make some of them with the heart instead of your head, especially the way the season's been going. A lot of upsets and shit like that. If it was in Indianapolis, I'd give you the nod on it too, and I'd go right there with you. I think going up to Baltimore or to Buffalo with them having the home field on it, like you said, the good rush defense. Colts haven't proven that they could really hurt anybody in the past game. It's just been heavy fucking doses of Jonathan Taylor, and I seen where the coach this week said they don't feel like they're heavy-handed enough with him. They want to give him the ball more even on it. So, so go for it. The kid's a stud. But
I'm just Kilmer's black workhorse. Go ahead.
Yeah, they're gonna give it to Naheem Hines in the fucking red zone.
Gotta give it to Brown and let him take it in. Slot left, 35 dive. Move your ass, Andy. Let's go.
Here we go. Slot left, 35 dive.
Fucking Kilmer. Shit's fucked up.
But no, I definitely think the Bills will ink this one out for sure at home. Should be a damn good game. Two teams that have been playing solid. And, the last time the Bills lost was to an AFC South opponent in the Jaguars and shit that they shouldn't have lost to. So who knows what happens in this one. But I got to go with my gut on the Bills on this one.
All right. Got a pick for the Colts in Chad, and got a pick for the Bills. Or did you pick the Colts, Chad?
Yeah, I picked the Colts.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to be accurate. I mucked that up before. So got a pick for the Colts, got a pick for the Bills. Let me just come out here and say this. John Taylor. Yeah, 82, San Francisco 49ers. Lawrence Taylor, New York Giants. Jonathan Taylor, Indianapolis Colts. Heavy dose of Jonathan Taylor, and like you said, Eric, they're going to sprinkle a little bit more of his ass on there. Salt Bay on that motherfucker. Anyways, Jonathan Taylor's going to have a game. Yes, it's going to look like vintage Tecmo Bowl Bo Jackson out there. I called it. He's going to have some big plays, and they're going to make the plays with the passing game when they need to. Indianapolis Colts get this win, and let's not forget the Buffalo Bills, the mighty, pound your motherfucking chest, Buffalo Bills. They lost to who? The Jacksonville Jaguars. To who? The Pittsburgh Steelers. They're gonna lose to the Colts at home. You heard it here first. Anybody got something to add to that?
I heard it from you second because Chadwick said it first. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Well.
Gentlemen finished last, though.
Next game. Green Bay Packers, Minnesota Vikings. Eric, it's to you. Go ahead. Couldn't think of anything clever.
And it damn near pick them too. Isn't that crazy on it? They got these motherfuckers so close. I know division rivals should be a good game. The Vikings started off rough in the season and have been playing way better as of late. Uh, Packers made the fucking Seahawks look like chumps. Shut them out last week too, though. So both two teams that are trending upwards on it, and Packers got about the best record in the NFC. So man, that's a tough one. I feel like this will be a very good game. I'll give the nod to the Packers because I picked against them last week and they proved me wrong. So I'll go with that direction this week.
All right, I think I'm going to take the Vikings in this one. I feel like, Green Bay feels like they have their swag. They almost feel like, they're a lock for the playoffs. I feel like Minnesota, like they're fighting for their lives still. They're the first team out of the playoffs right now. I feel like they just have a little bit more dog in them, to want to really go out here and win this. And, Green Bay still kind of, just on cruise control, just waiting for the playoffs. I always hate putting my money on Kirk Cousins. So this game, I'm going to put my money on Dalvin Cook. And we're going to go with the Vikings to try to pull this one off.
All right. You got a pick for the Vikings. You got a pick for the Packers. You got Frank Gallagher versus Uncle fucking Rico. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to call it. It's up north. It's in Minnesota. The Vikings are at the crib. Honestly, the Vikings do need this game. This is a division game. They have a sub 500 record. They're trying to get back even to make a playoff push. It's going to be very, very close in the NFC. It's probably going to be the same in the AFC for that matter. But, yeah. Look, we at AU, we had on defense, you know what I mean? We had Black Swarm, Orange Crush because of our colors. And I'm just saying that because a team coming off of the defensive performance that the Green Bay Packers just did, their confidence is through the fucking roof, okay? Against the pass and the run. Again, you know what I mean? Against Russell Wilson. So, I'm gonna say that the Green Bay Packers get this done because their defense has great confidence right now, and they got a good damn offense. Got to go with Green Bay. I don't see another pick here, but you know what I mean? It is a division game, and anything can happen either way. So Any Given Sunday is a real thing. If you haven't seen that movie, go check it out. I wish they paid me to say that. Yeah, I wish they paid me to say that, though. But anybody have something to add before we move on?
If you haven't seen Any Given Sunday, what are you doing? You shouldn't even be watching this. You're not a football guy.
Absolutely not. All right, fellas. Moving on to the Chirac, Chi-Town, Chicago Bears against the Baltimore Ravens.
I'm just going to step out of the gate here. Obviously Baltimore's defense isn't, what everyone is accustomed to the Baltimore Ravens defense being. Justin Fields, I think the jury's still out on him. Obviously he's a rookie. He comes out, he does rookie things. But sometimes, you just see the glimpse of what the Chicago Bear hope he can turn out to be. Chicago's dumb. They're already eliminated from the playoffs, basically.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs?
Baltimore's still fighting. I don't see Lamar just coming in and putting up, two subpar performances like he did last week. I'm going to take the Ravens on this, and I'm going to take the Ravens big.
It's like 9 games. It's like 9 games left. He's like, yeah, they're already eliminated.
Go 3-6.
Go ahead, buddy.
They played 9, so that leaves 8 games left on the 17-game season this year. So, but yeah, it might be a little premature. That's Chad's style. I mean, Justin Fields has been playing good with his legs lately. I feel like on that defense he can run a little bit. And any other defense, I'd actually might give him a nod on it a little bit. But the Ravens get Lamar Jackson in practice every week, so I mean they're used to that type of shit. It's a little dicey. Lamar did miss practice today due to a non-COVID related illness, but they're still expecting him to show up on Sunday. So as long as that happens, I think the Ravens do enough to win this one. That division is real tight right now. and they need a win to stay alive up there at the top of it. So I'll give this one to the Ravens.
Did you go with Chicago, Chad?
No, I went with the Ravens
Okay.
and big.
All right. Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
he said and big at the end of it.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta go with the Ravens too. Although I think I don't know if they're getting players back. I don't know if they're but you know how they had the most players on IR at one point. The performance they put up against Miami, really you know what I mean. I wasn't very impressed with that performance, and especially after all the teams that they have beaten and the run that they did go on. I mean, people. I'll get to the Raiders when we get there, but people were excited about the Raiders. They thought that they were going to have a exceptional season, but now it just seems like subpar, mediocre at best. You know what I mean? They're right there, teetering on 500. The Ravens are a team that everybody knows knew ahead of time is good, and even though they've had a lot of tough games because they are so good and dynamic, they've been able to win those close games even by the hair of their chin. You know what I mean? The longest kick in NFL history type closeness. And I just think that because they are that good a team and that talented, they're going to find a way to bounce back and rectify that poor performance they had against Miami. And I can't see a better team to do that against than the Chicago Bears. Got to go with the Ravens. Anybody got something to add on that? All right. You guys are men of few words today. It's all right.
No standing on ceremony tonight. I hop right in here on this one. Tennessee, let's go.
All right. Go ahead. Houston Texans, Tennessee Titans.
Yep. The Titans, showed up and been playing good even without Derrick Henry. They're showing their complete team. Adrian Peterson, Dante Foreman. I mean, they still got decent running backs back there. Jeremy McNichols sprinkled in for third down stuff. I think that they're still more than capable to beat the Houston Texans, which hasn't taken much to do this season. So I'll go with the Titans in this one.
Chad.
I'm definitely going to go with the Titans, too. I mean, we are talking about the Houston Texans here. It's just them receivers, without having that running threat in the backfield, when they start playing these elite teams, these receivers are going to have to find ways, to make plays. I seen stats earlier where, A.J. Brown's, catches and yards and all that significantly went down, with the loss of Derrick Henry. So, they're not respecting their run game as much, but their defense is, really serious. Against the Texans, they should have no problems. So we're just going to go Tennessee with this one for sure.
All right. Well, obviously that's the safe pick. I mean, all the Texans have been doing is losing. I mean, people thought they were going to lose week 1, but they found a way to was it Tyrod Taylor found a way to, get them a dub. But yeah, I mean, these guys aren't going to beat anybody. They've lost their quarterback, their franchise quarterback. They've lost the face of their franchise in J.J. Watt, and they've lost their identity. This team is worse than the David Carr days, and the days before that even. This is, when they first came in, they had promise. When Andre Johnson was doing his thing. But let's not go back down memory lane. I'm just saying, these guys suck. They're one of the worst teams in the league. I wouldn't be surprised if when the season was over, they found themselves in the number 1 pick in the draft seat. So yeah, there's no way I'm gonna pick them to win. I gotta go with Tennessee here. They've been looking good. And by the way, I saw a meme. It said as soon as Derrick Henry got injured, it showed. It said Adrian Peterson, and it showed Undertaker sitting up out of a casket. I thought it was pretty funny.
Right.
Anybody?
I do want to point out, though, that it might not work out good for them because I'm pretty sure they traded that first-round pick away a while back. So I think that might have been one that went to Miami in the Laramie Tunsil deal or something along those lines. I don't think they have
the gas mask deal. Way to shoot yourself in the fucking foot.
There you go.
All right.
Bad teams find a way to make bad moves.
All right.
Facts.
Well, all right. All right. All right. On the floor, you know what I mean? Cool out. Cool out. Chill. Chill. You know. It's all right.
Bad
Yeah.
teams are
You
bad
Hey,
teams
nah.
for
got,
a
Hey,
reason.
hey. Act like you've been there before, buddy.
sir, are you quite finished? Anyways, you got the 4 and 5 Kings of the Bay, Monsters Among Men, 2021 Super Bowl champions, San Francisco 49ers. Now, I just want to start this by pointing out that both of you last week typically and honestly as predictably went against the Niners. What did I tell you? The Rams, who Chad you said was the best team in the NFL, arguably. And Eric, you said this team is all in. They've put all these pieces together. This team is all in to win it all. Didn't fucking matter, like I said. Niners got it done and made that shit look easy. Get used to it, buddy, because you know what? We got a kind of a cush schedule going forward. So yeah, the confidence is going to be riding high. Did you see GK back in the end zone? Yes, touchdown, 6 points. You know? And we're playing fucking Jacksonville here. Yeah, back at 500. You know what I mean? And yeah, on our way. I dare. I double dare. One of you to think about picking against the Niners this week. Because I just want to call you a fool because you both were made a fool last week. Got it out. Of course the Niners win. It's the pick, the only pick. And now you guys can go ahead and take off with your analysis. Niners.
All right, for sure. You've been right 4 times and wrong 5 times about him this season. All right, we're keeping track. Uh, yeah, no, no point in standing on ceremony with this one. Yeah, we did make the wrong call. I feel like it was the right call at the time, but definitely turned out to be wrong. Man, who would have thought that in this day and age it would be a trick to play physical fucking football out there, and you catch somebody off guard by playing physical smash mouth football and just running the shit out of the damn ball all day long and making it work for you. But that's what the Niners did. They took the pass rush of the Rams out of the equation last week, and the rest is history on it. And I think they keep rolling with that right now. You got to. It worked so well for you last week. And man, they had that little double team play. I don't know if you kept seeing them do that, where they'd run the motion from the opposite side and bring him over to the other side of the field and hit a double team on the edge guy and push him out of the way. And it was just opening up some run lanes, something crucial on it. And then they started over pursuing and they started cutting back in the middle and just running all day on it. The homie Debo Samuels is single-handedly saving my fantasy football season, so I can't talk shit here. I definitely think the Niners keep rolling this week against the Jacksonville Jaguars for sure.
I mean,
Well,
he kind of hit the nail. Go ahead, Marcel.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, sorry, Chad. I just wanted to say, you definitely, thoroughly, completely tossed the fuck out of Kyle Shanahan's salad. And I do like the lip service you gave Debo Samuel. You know what I mean? It just feels so good hearing you say it. You finally sound. I mean, you're an intelligent guy. I'm not gonna cap, but that was probably the smartest thing you said on this particular episode. Go ahead, Chad.
I mean, it's a really good game planning by the coaching of 49ers, you know. I mean, there's nothing more demoralizing for defense than, you know they're going to run the ball. They've been running the ball. You know they're going to run the ball, and you still can't stop it. I mean, that just has to be real demoralizing. But then again, as an offense, you know, these guys know we're going to run the ball. We're just going to line up and we're going to run it right at them, and there's nothing they can do about it. You know, they really had a plan to have Jalen Ramsey, shadowing, Debo. They lined him up in the backfield. They was putting the dude everywhere. He couldn't even figure out where he was lined up after play. So really good game planning by the coaches. I mean, obviously, we're not even really even talking about this game. We're talking about the 49ers last game.
I
So
don't think either one of you really mentioned the Jaguars one fucking time.
I mean,
Threw it out
obviously,
there.
I'm going to go with the 49ers here. But, I mean, the
Yeah.
49ers are almost, one quarterback injury away from being, really.
Bringing in a top 3 pick. That's what they're one quarterback injury away from bringing in a top 3 pick as a
Rookie.
Why?
backup.
The guy
Why
who looks
must?
good anytime
So
he
What?
plays
What
football.
is? I don't.
it's really not a big deal
What? How did
if
we
it goes
get
down.
here? Are you serious? Why are you praying for our downfall? Like,
I'm not.
a lot of teams are a quarterback injury away from having a
That's
top
true.
3
That's
pick.
true, yeah.
You know what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why
But
you
a
gotta
lot of
talk about
teams
that
aren't-
when you talk about my team? Don't put that evil on him. Don't
Ricky
do that.
Bobby.
You know what I mean? Hey, your quarterback went out of commission last season. You know what I mean? You might want to, you know what I mean, pull the, calm down with that talk. You know what I mean? It might come back on you. You
Who you
reap
got
what
in
you
this one,
sow,
Chad?
buddy.
I'm going to go with
No,
the
no,
Jacksonville
look,
Jaguars and big.
Listen, I'm not even gonna put that on there. It's Niners down the board.
As the little Niner
Yeah,
logo pop up on that, we go about our day.
you definitely picked the Niners. Let's be real
Let's
here.
move on, sir.
And you will all be picking them again next week. So, but yeah, do you guys got anything to say before we move on? It's okay if you don't, because I do. All right, the Niners.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Hey, no, I'm just being serious. We're coming for that Lombardi. That's why I already crowned us. You guys are like, oh, the Rams beat their ass. Okay, did that. Had Odell. Did you see that interception they threw right to the homie?
Yeah, that's bad communication and shit. They had 2 practices together. Calm down. They will be better by the end of the season. You guys were the more physical team this week. We've already spoken on it at length. Quit beating a
49ers
dead
might want to
horse.
worry about making it back to 500 before they start talking about Super Bowl.
They got that this week. Then we can go from there.
All right.
Who plays after this, Marcel?
Okay. All right. Next game, we got the Detroit Lions, the Cleveland fucking Browns. I don't remember. I think it's you, Eric, actually. Yeah. Go ahead, Eric. Who you got on this?
Nothing says get right game for a team that needs to get right like playing the Detroit Lions. I think Cleveland's got this one. I think it takes minimal effort. The damn Steelers spotted him a starting quarterback last week, and they still couldn't even win it. Barely snuck out the tie by the last play of the game, a fumble when they were in field goal range, and they got it back instead of the Steelers
They
kicking
didn't
the
want
field
it.
goal to beat them. The Steelers didn't want it. You are 100% correct on that one, sir. But Cleveland does, so they take it this week.
Obviously, last week, I went with the upset with the Lions. They couldn't quite pull out the upset for me, but a tie, they're probably feeling good about themselves. So last week I went with the Lions. This week, not even close. I'm going with the Browns. They need a nice little bounce back game. Baker Mayfield, he's a little beat up. He said this is probably as beat up as he's felt since he's been in the NFL.
Sounded
So all
soft
he's
as
got
shit
to
when he
do,
said it, too.
all he's got to do is turn around and hand the ball off, 60 times this game and get on with the next one. The Browns really need something positive to work for them, though. They started out the season good. Their defense was playing good, and everything's kind of went by the wayside, lately here. So definitely a bounce back game for them. Hopefully get ready for next week.
All right, so we got 2 pick for the Cleveland Browns. I just want to start by saying, Baker Mayfield is not that great of a quarterback. Or is it a problem with Baker Mayfield, or is it just a problem with the coaching staffs in Cleveland, the culture in Cleveland? Or do you guys put it all on Baker?
Both.
Yes.
Both.
All right. I was trying to give him somewhat of an out, but I've already said I don't believe in the
4
guy.
coaches and 4 systems, 4 different offensive coordinators. Every year he's been there on the type shit. I get that. But, fuck, dude. The dude's inconsistent. It could just be the system. We saw that with Alex Smith. in San Francisco, they kept switching him up. I mean, you need consistency in this league to succeed. Uh, and when Alex Smith did get consistency later on in his career, he was a lot better. But uh, but yeah, I just don't like the motherfucker. I'm not gonna
Baker
lie. There's
Mayfield
just
is
something
who we
about him.
thought he was.
Yeah, something like that. What he said.
Mediocre quarterback who's going to be wasted around in Cleveland.
He's a rich man's Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, I had a chuckle from a very healthy place when Jarvis Landry told Odell Beckham Jr. that he'll see him in the Super Bowl. Get the fuck out of here! Yeah, what, you guys got tickets, motherfucker? Get the fuck.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna also go with Cleveland here too, just because Detroit hasn't won a game, and the game they should have won, they didn't want, and along with the team that wanted to let them beat them, they didn't want it either, which is why they kept dropping the fucking ball. But we'll get there. Yeah, going with Cleveland, and yeah, they improved to 6-5 apparently, but it's a fraudulent record. They suck.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. Miami Dolphins, New York Jets. Chad, what you got?
I'm not even too sure what I have on this game. I mean, obviously the Dolphins look good, last week against Lamar and the Ravens. The Jets are the Jets. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins. I feel like they're feeling good about themselves. They feel like they shut out Lamar. You're going against Jets. I believe Zach Wilson's coming back. Not like that's gonna make that big of a difference. The Dolphins will probably get 2 interceptions. Which would be the difference in the game. I'm gonna go with the Dolphins here.
Yeah, in the mediocrity bowl of 2021 here, let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and take the Dolphins too. Not that I think they're better than the other team by much, but just for the homie to pick his team and shit on it, because I don't really care about either one of these teams. They're both trash. So I'll go ahead and take the Dolphins as a pity pick for the homie.
All right, to pick for the Miami Dolphins. I'm going to just step out there and go with Robert Saleh and the New York Jets. I think defensively they make the necessary plays, and I think they give Miami's offense fits, and I think they eke one out in a very, very close game and get it done. I mean, I think they play better than what they... Go ahead.
You've been very vocally outspoken about how trash Zach Wilson is and how he's a turnover machine. So
yeah, but he's been playing better as of late. When he was in there, I know he didn't play last week, but when he was in there, he was playing a little bit better. And it's not like
so
I know
good, he almost lost his spot to Marcus White, White, whoever.
Some shit. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, they're both suspect. You can't. There's no right pick to this one.
I believe in
just
the
wrong
defense
picks.
I believe in the Jets defense more than I believe in
you.
either other phase of either team. So
no, the Jets are starting Joe Flacco this week. I just read the Jets are starting Joe Flacco this week.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because he played last week on it.
All right, definitely going with the Jets then.
There you go. Okay.
That changed my
going
mind
with the Jets.
There.
Best quarterback on the field, Joe Flacco.
The 2001 Super Bowl winner, Joe Flacco.
Exactly, man.
It wasn't 2001. It wasn't 2001. That was.
We're not even gonna talk about it anyways. But anyway, like what we got?
Pretty sure that was Trent Dilfer in 2001.
Anyways, two Miami and one for the Jets, and we're not traveling back to when Joe Flacco won the fucking.
What year was that? He beat the Niners in the Super Bowl, Marcel.
The year I ain't gonna torture you. You know what I mean? Just let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. Let it go.
I hear you.
Next game. Yeah. Please. Washington football team, Carolina Panthers. Go ahead.
Washington. Fuck Washington. Sons of bitches.
Wow. What did the nation's capital do to you?
Man, they beat my boys last week on some bullshit. We showed up
like a damn red-headed stepchild. Go ahead, though.
Man, we showed up and laid an egg, and we still should have been able to beat them. We fucked it up. You know what I mean? But Carolina, the old two-headed rushing attack. Now you got Cam Newton back. He's back. He's back. You said last week on it. So, but yeah. So Cam and Christian McCaffrey with the little RPO action in there. I think that's more than enough to beat the Washington football team because it doesn't take much to beat the Washington football team if you go out there and actually do something against them. And that's what I think Carolina does this week and gets the win.
I mean, we are
Okay.
talking about the NFC least. I mean, there's only one team we're talking about in the NFC least. Definitely ain't the Washington football team. You have Chase Young out for the season now, torn ACL. It just makes it even worse. Cam Newton, I think he's going to come back to Carolina. Hopefully he gets to start this week. I think he's going to be out to prove something, out to show something. Hopefully he don't try to do too much. Last week he was in for 2 plays, which resulted in 2 touchdowns. So I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers to go against this NFC least team here.
All right, 2 picks for the Carolina Panthers from 2 people that did not pick them to win last week. Well, I was guilty too. I didn't pick him either. I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm picking him too. Yes, Carolina Panthers down the board. Yes, Cam Newton was in the game for 2 plays early. 2 touchdowns. I mean, he was in the red zone. When the rushing play, I thought he looked like, you know what I mean, he was, had a glue, I don't know. He looked slow as fuck, but somehow he got in the end zone. So big ups to him. And then the pass, you know what I mean, it was a great pass. It was a great play. He executed it, and yeah, he can still execute plays probably better than who Sam Darnold? Is that his teammate? So yeah,
Set
I
the
think
bar
he
low
can get
there.
it done.
Set the bar low.
Yeah, I think he can get it done and find his way into a starting job. I mean, Eric, you said it. He was like, "I'm back." Did you see how wide his mouth was open? I mean, his mouth was open so wide he made a lot of these individuals in the LGBT community pitch tents. They were pitching tents. You know what I mean? They felt a little bit some type of way about that. But yeah. So, anyways, yeah, Christian McCaffrey too. Yeah, he's back. Yeah, he even though he looked like he cramped up a little bit after a while. After they put a lot of work on the guy, but hopefully he can. I mean, he just came off of the shelf, so hopefully he can hold up. And yeah, I got them to win this game if he holds up. Even though Heineke shows he can make some plays and make some things happen.
You're good,
They don't
bro.
make enough happen against the Panthers. What?
Good call. I said you're good. Good call. You ain't gotta cushion it for Heineke and then fuck them.
Wow, you really don't like them after that.
Fuckers.
You know what I mean? Definitely sour grapes.
Mhm.
I'll move on. I'll move on for your sake. I'm sorry, buddy. All right, New Orleans Saints, Philadelphia Eagles, E-work.
Yeah, man, I don't like either team in this one. I don't think the Eagles have been playing well. I think New Orleans is trending down with their quarterback situation being so sporadic. But I'll go ahead and take the better defense. I feel like in this one in the Saints. I think they go on the road and get this one done as an underdog.
You say the Saints?
Yes, sir.
All right,
I feel like
Chad.
the Eagles might have found something, with their offense. Ever since they've lost their their starting running back, and they've went with this little Boston Scott and Jordan Howard combo. They've been able to rush the ball a little bit. They went out, against the Denver Broncos, whose defense obviously just showed up, the game before that. Went out there and just put a whapping on their defense. So, I think they're still coming in feeling strong about themselves, and they really kind of need this one. But they're in the NFC least, so I'm going to go with the Saints on this one as well.
You like to take a dump on your division, don't you? So just know that when 6 games, that turn out to be 6 wins for the Dallas Cowboys, just know their record is not an indicator of what actual football team they are. Just so you know, because they got 6 wins, they're gonna have 6 wins, and as you put so eloquently, the NFC least. So
Hey, you
keep that
can
in
only
mind,
beat who they
and
put in
you put
front
that
of
in
you.
perspective. Yeah, but at some point, you're gonna have to ante up against the real dogs, the big
I'm
dogs.
sure we'll talk about that
you know
here
what I
in
mean?
just a
Yeah, I'm
little
about to say,
bit.
are the Cowboys playing right now? What we got going?
Yeah, I got off track there. I'm just saying, the NFC least, pick against him. All right, I'm also gonna pick against him. New Orleans Saints. I think whatever combo of quarterback the New Orleans Saints roll out there, I think. I don't know, man. Actually, let me backpedal because early the Eagles' defense was looking formidable. I mean, they did. You know what I mean?
It's
Have a
not
very
multiple
very.
choice, man.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna roll the dice and say the Eagles get this done, and no, I'm going with the Saints. I'm
Get the
going.
motherfucker out of here. This guy.
I'm going with the Saints. You know what I
There you
mean? Oh,
go.
when the Saints go marching in. Oh, when the Saints go marching in. Oh, how I want to be in that number when the Saints go marching in. Picking the Saints. Anybody got something to add?
Are you sure? Final answer.
Yeah. When I went into song mode. You know what I mean? That was the indicator that was my final answer. But thank you, Regis. Moving right along. We got the Sunday evening games now. I think there's like 4 of these. 4 Sunday evening games, starting with the Cincinnati Bengals going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. Chad, what you got on this one, buddy?
I think I'm going to go with the Bengals on this. The Raiders, they really struggle against the run. You got Joe Mixon, just run the ball crazy. Joe Mixon's going to give him fits. It's going to be a close one. I remember back in the day, everyone was talking about the quarterback for the Raiders, MVP candidate and all this and all that. I mean, just shows how far they fall, since the whole Joe Gruden and the Ruggs. And, I mean, it took his main offensive weapon away. He was fast, a little too fast. It's just a lot going on with the Raiders. Like I said, they can't stop the run at all. So I'm gonna take the Bengals on this one. Joe Mixon's gonna have a big day.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely on that. I mean, Patrick Mahomes carved them up for 5 touchdowns last week and no interceptions, so their secondary is not doing that great either. Uh, Derek Carr, though, I do feel like is one of the most underrated quarterbacks in the league. He does put up serious numbers, very efficient, very few turnovers and stuff. Is a very underrated player. But I do like Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow and that connection with, like you said, Joe Mixon and everything. The Bengals have a very good no-name defense. There's not a lot of stars on that defense, but they do play consistent and play solid, I feel like, on it. So I'll go with the Bengals as well in this one.
All right, 2 AFC teams, 2 picks for the Bengals. One team seemingly trending up, the other team seemingly trending down. Eric, you made a great point. I think in probably
It's the only kind
whatever
I make.
episode. Well, that's debatable, but I'm not gonna debate it
That's a
here.
good point.
Ever since Gruden got fired, I mean, when the week Gruden got fired and we did the show, you said, that the team would galvanize behind each other amidst, the moment and get a couple wins and then fall off, and that's exactly what the hell's going on. They're definitely trending down. You said from the get-go, another point of yours, that they're not going to make the playoffs, and it's definitely seeming that way if they keep playing the way they're playing and losing games. With that being said, yeah, you mentioned how Patrick Mahomes was carved him up for 5 touchdowns last week. He looked like juice, O.J. Simpson with that motherfucker, didn't he? I think Joe Burrow and his weapons offensively through the air and the running game to stay multifaceted gets the job done in a team they know pretty well. Going with the Bengals
Yeah.
as well. Anybody got anything to add?
I think we filled our quota of black guys killing people jokes. I think we can move on now.
Yeah, we can go ahead and move on to the NFC least versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Go ahead, Chad. How you got this one playing out, sir?
Might be game of the year right here. Definitely, game
Of
of
the
the
year.
week. Definitely gonna be, has potential to be game of the year right here. I mean, you got two elite offenses. Then you got a defense that is definitely subpar. Then you got the Cowboys defense, upper echelon defense. Um, obviously, I'm
Top
gonna
shelf, you
go.
know.
Obviously, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. I believe the Cowboys are gonna be able to score at will. And the Chiefs are gonna have to play catch up. They're gonna have to stay with us. The Trayvon Diggs matchup with Hill, I think that's gonna be a big matchup. Diggs likes to gamble a lot, and it's either feast or famine with him. As long as he kind of maintains Hill a little bit, then I think the Cowboys will be able to squeak out a really, really, really good game here.
Yeah, I mean it should be a good game. I don't know if I got all the superlatives that Chad's got to describe it for it, but it definitely should be a really good game. Uh, Two good teams. I want to say, I mean, the Chiefs obviously looked great last week against the Raiders. Keyword against the Raiders. Uh, but man, that defense has been so bad all season for
Muted
them,
my mic.
and that
No,
I
you're good.
just definitely that is I definitely don't see them. I definitely don't. I don't. I just that I think that one game was the exception, not the rule. That they looked good last week. I still think that defense is pretty terrible. I still think Dallas's run game is the key there, and they still got good receivers and shit too. I just think that's going to be the determining factor in it is how bad the Chiefs' defense is this week. I definitely think Mahomes and them will put up some points against them. This might be a good game for the over. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in this one, but I think Dallas finds a way to win it when it's all said and done.
The Dallas Cowboys. Man, I used to hate the Dallas Cowboys when I was little. Not gonna get into that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Dallas Cowboys too for the simple fact of the defenses. I know that I said that sooner or later we'd see the same old Dallas Cowboys, so don't be surprised if Kansas City gets it done. I mean, both of you guys said it's going to be a good game. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good. Both teams are pretty good. Like, these are probably two playoff teams here. You know what I mean? Think about it. I mean, I think the Chiefs will get it together in time to make the playoffs. They're good enough to do that, especially if they can figure something out on defense. Um, yeah, Diggs takes a lot of chances that could either go either way, and if you take a lot of chances against a Tyreek Hill, you know what I mean, he'll make you pay for it, or just Patrick Mahomes in general. So yeah, I see a really good game. I see a fucking shootout. You know what I mean? Something you would see in South Central LA back in the day. You know what I mean, or other areas of high crime. But yeah, I definitely see a really good high scoring game, and I'm gonna go with Dallas because I think, like you guys said, they got the better defense, and I feel like that'll be the deciding factor on just which team can outlast the other in
For
the
Cowboy
shootout.
Nation, it's a big game though for us. We got flagged by the Broncos, and we came back last week, and kind of got our swagger back against the Falcons. Which of course, it's the Falcons, but I think this is finally some competition. And this will really help us kind of gauge, like what we're about.
Oh yeah.
What you about?
It's
you,
the it's the
guys, you
Chirac to
got.
Sunday football. We got this one.
All right, so all the Cowboys down the damn board. Moving along, you got the Arizona Cardinals against the Seattle Seahawks. Division game, NFC West. Who is suiting up for quarterback for Arizona? Whoever knows that, I want you to start.
I don't think anybody knows it, bro. It's still out on the fence with Kyler
What
or
the
Colt McCoy.
hell?
They ain't
I
committing
did.
this early in the week, bub. You gotta give them another day or two before they say for sure.
I can't
Uh,
comfortably make a pick here, but yeah, go
They
ahead
did
since you've
say he
already
had a good day
started.
of practice today, though. He was out on the practice field today, and he looked really good. They said.
yeah, and I mean Russ is still look. He looked rusty obviously last week instead of Russ. He looked rusty,
Were
but
you
yeah, no,
Were you looking? Who said he looked really good, Chad? Were you reading a report from a reporter for Playgirl magazine? Like
No,
what
just
are you
Israel
talking about?
Gutierrez called me earlier, sent me a text.
it's real good. Yes.
I was shooting out.
Oh, Oh, you're connected.
Stephanie Stefano
Oh,
got
Yeah,
to him,
definitely got on the insider.
Max
all right.
Kellerman.
Well, yeah. Damn, he's name dropping like a mother. You know what I
So,
mean? Bring him to
yes.
get
That
somebody
was,
on championship rounds. Just fuck it.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
When I was
you
growing
got
up, I used to
connections
play
like
Super
that. Yeah.
Mario.
Right. So
Yeah, all the name dropping in there.
so we don't know who's suiting up for quarterback, but
So
we
we're
do
just
know
fucking
Russell
winging it
Wilson.
here. So
We're
I'm gonna
winging it
go
like
ahead
a
and wing.
motherfucker.
I'm gonna wing the hell out of it and say Arizona gets it done. And this one on the road. Fuck it, Kyler's playing. That's my pick on it. And like I said, Russ. I mean, I want him to do good. He's on my fantasy squad. I mean, I just brought him back off of IR last week and didn't get hardly no points from that motherfucker. But I hope he does good this week for me. But Arizona's still a little bit better. They've been Seattle's having trouble finding their stride on it, and I think it's going to be another week or two before they get that offense clicking good.
All
Absolutely.
right.
Like I said, without knowing who the quarterback of the Cardinals is, Colt McCoy, he was kind of dinged up, as well. So it might not be Kyler Moore or Colt McCoy, which I don't even know who the third string is. So, without really knowing for sure the quarterback situation there, it's really kind of hard to say because I really can't see a third string quarterback coming in, and going into Seattle in that hostile environment, and pulling out a win. But I'm going to put my prediction out here like Kyler Murray is the one playing. I'm going to go with the Cardinals. He should be good and rested, come back in, and get the ball rolling here again.
I'm also gonna make my pick as if young Kyler is gonna be playing and suiting up, and I say they get it done. But having Kyler Murray is definitely a deciding factor on how easy the resistance to the victory is gonna be. Because if they are stagnated and not productive on offense, then they allow those guys to stick around and maybe eke one out on them. But if Kyler's playing, that's a definite plus. But I think the X factor in this game will be the defensive line and the linebackers of Arizona. I think they put pressure on Russell Wilson, who is just holding the ball a little bit too long nowadays. He's not really getting out there and running as quick as he would have a couple years ago. Like, he's still a good quarterback. He's still Russell Wilson, but I think his days are numbered. And I'm going with Arizona, and I'd probably still pick him even if Murray wasn't playing. Anybody got anything to add? All right. Sunday night football. Pittsburgh Steelers, Los Angeles Chargers. Go ahead and take off, Chad.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers on this. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they tied the Detroit Lions, which is kind of, I mean, if you can't just go out there and just slash that as a win against the Detroit Lions, you're obviously having something going on with your football team. The Chargers, Justin Herbert, team on the rise. He's a nice quarterback, looking good. Chargers defense, is nice. But yeah, after that performance last week from the Steelers, there's no way I'm going to put them and say they're going to beat the Chargers. So I'm definitely going with the Chargers on this one.
Yeah, Chargers played a good game against the Vikings last week that they lost, but they still look competitive. Like you said before, Marcel, it looked like the Steelers were trying to give the goddamn game away. Like they definitely didn't want to win at all. Uh, and I think that continues. I'm not 100% if Big Ben's back this week. I know he went into the COVID protocol late, so I think he still might be out. And uh, fuck it, Chargers even if he isn't.
For sure.
Right. It's not like he's like the Big Ben of old. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers as well. I'm definitely not gonna make the mistake in picking the Steelers to win when Ben Roethlisberger isn't even playing. I mean, as good as he isn't from what he used to be, he's still better. Their best option to win. I mean, what's Buddy's name? I can't remember his name right now. The guy Myles Garrett got in trouble for smacking
Mason
with
Rudolph.
the helmet.
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, Mason Rudolph. Like, he is trash, buddy. Like, inaccurate, inconsistent. And yeah, I'm not picking him. So, I mean, he made some throws, but he made some terrible ones too, in poor situations. And I think, I just think that Big Ben will throw the ball away and punt it, and Mason Rudolph he'll give you the ball right there on the spot. So yeah, going with the Chargers. They're at home. They get it done. They're 6-4. Anybody got something to add on Sunday night fucking football?
Nope.
No? All right. Then we move to fucking Monday night football, and I think you got a little bit of something for us, Eric.
Yeah, Monday night, you got the Bucks playing. So we got the Bucks bourbon pick of the week. This week we went with the old Four Roses single barrel. Solid pick. Got a store pick of this one too that I can't wait to get into next on it. But just Four Roses does a lot of nice shit. The single barrel stuff's all over the place with good flavor. This one got a little hint of chocolate on the mid palate, little cherry notes on the finish. 100 proof, so this shit'll get you drunk, as Samuel L. Jackson will say.
It'll get you drunk. You'll be fucking fat girls in no time. You might even fight a nigga or two. Bitch.
And it's yeah, drink this shit, you'll be fucking fat bitches in no time.
Yeah, it's the perfect bourbon for red panty night. You know, you put the long stem rose in her mouth, she cha-chas to the bed, and you bend her over and show her the 50 states. What do you got in this game, though?
Well, I definitely didn't see us getting beat by the Washington football team last week. I sure the hell don't see us getting beat by the New York football Giants this week. So definitely going to take the my boys and yours, the heavy favorite Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the soon-to-be back-to-back Super Bowl champions, and go with the Bucks in this one.
Chat with Lee.
Well, I mean, Saquon Barkley is coming back, this week. But there's no way that, the Bucks are going to lose to the NFC least, 2 weeks in a row. So I'm going to go with the Bucks on this one. I'm going to go with the Bucks big.
Yeah. Saquon might not make it past halftime. He's pretty injury prone. We'll see how it goes.
What is with you guys wishing players get injured? You know what I mean? Their careers are on the line. They're trying to feed their families.
We're not wishing injury on anyone. We're just stating facts. He might not make it up to halftime.
And he's playing. Right. He's playing against my team. He's playing against my team, so I hope they break his neck. Get him out of there.
Wow. You are a savage, sir. Wouldn't it be crazy if that happened? They'd be like, oh, he's down. He's hurt. Oh, my gosh, he's dead. Anyways.
Man, all the years you sat there next to me and heard me say, man, fuck this dude. I hope he gets ball cancer and shit. Like, a broken neck's an improvement, so...
It's a weird area to say you hope somebody gets injured at or gets a condition at, but yeah, I've definitely heard you say that plenty of times. You know what I mean?
Very tongue-in-cheek with me.
I think that's right. I think that's accurate. Anyhow, who do I got in this game? Yeah, I got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I think the Bucks were off bye week, and you don't always come off bye week clicking on all cylinders. I know teams or people are like analysts say they're coming off bye week, they're rested up, they're good to go. You know what I mean? They're not weren't in stride anymore. They had a break. They showed up and started coming back, but it was a little bit too late. A day late and a dollar short. But yeah, they're gonna have enough currency to purchase this W. You know, and I don't mean that in a scandalous way. I just mean that from an analogy perspective. But yeah, Tampa Bay gets it done and shows that they're the better team, which is obvious to everybody sitting here. Anybody got anything else to add?
I mean, we definitely got to clean up the penalties and the turnovers. The two interceptions early from Brady, one of them from a ball that got knocked out of the guy's hand. The other one was him just wildly overthrowing a dude that was open in the middle of the field. Got us in a hole early. There was several third and short conversions that the Washington got off of offside penalties. Just a bunch of, as Bruce Arians said this week, there was a dumb team that played dumb last week for us. So definitely got to clean that shit up and get back to winning football, hopefully.
I mean, just a little side note, the Giants defense did show up against the Raiders last week, Defense, got 3 turnovers. They had some pressure on Derek Carr all game. I mean, it might be a long day for old Tampa Tom back there.
Oh, that reminds me. I was going to say something about Tom Brady. He came out. He was like an interception machine in the first quarter. And he took a couple of nasty hits, And he ain't a spring chicken, I don't know. This game is going to be telling. Right, I'm telling you, this game is going to be telling here. Especially if the Giants are able to get pressure on Tom Brady, give him nightmares of the Eli Manning games. But anyway,
every team's good if they can get the quarterback off of the spot, and put pressure on them. You're gonna be good, but our offensive line, I feel like, is good enough in this one to get down.
All right, just keep it on football. Keep it on football. All right, talking about getting quarterback.
And I'm sure their coaches, seeing, what the Giants did last week, probably a bunch of screens, and a couple quick throws, from Tom Brady just to keep him out of trouble. So, I mean, the coaches and Tom Brady, you'll definitely, adjust for that.
Yeah, and the Bucs will probably see that shit too. They'll try to throw it outside to Saquon and or some, receivers on the screens or in the flats to get the ball out of Daniel Jones' hands quick or whatever to avoid that Tampa rush and shit in their front seven. But I still think we're just a far superior team and that we're not going to shit the bed 2 weeks in a row.
Hey, be that as it may. Like, I'm just saying Tom took a hit last week that I know as soon as he hit the canvas or the pavement or the turf, the grass, whatever the hell it was, I know he was thinking, yep, this is my last fucking year. But we'll see. Thanks for being on. As always, championship rounds, that's what this show's called. And I'm the host, I'm Marcel Pierre, you guys are my guests, glad to have you. But do you have anything to add before I let you go?
It's been another wonderful week with you, sir. Look forward to the next one.
I'm really excited Chiefs Cowboys game. Keep it locked. It's really going to gauge my season and what my team's about. Everybody's always down in the Cowboys. They are the Cowboys, blah, blah, blah. This is going to be a big win for us. I hope we win. We need this win. I just don't want to hear everybody's mouth if we lose. So please let's win this fucking game.
Well, you're not going to get any divine intervention to help you, so I don't know who you're pleading to. The football gods? Okay. Yeah, it is going to be a good game, and I'm definitely going to be watching. I don't know where I'm going to put my money just yet, but, I picked the Cowboys to win, so I probably will pick them, and they better get it done for me, too.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, well, don't count the chicken too soon, because I'm going to be livid if they don't get it done. All right. Hey, E-Money, C-Money. I can't see murder. All right, well, I need some nicknames here. E-Money, C Murder, whatever. I'm rambling. Let's get out of here, guys. Do your best to stay frosty, and see you next time.
Tryna put some money in the bag. All these niggas going outside. All I'm really tryna do is stack. While everybody's stuck in the past. Tell me what you looking at. Tell me what they looking at. What they niggas looking at. What they bitches looking at. Tell me what you looking at. Tell me what they looking at. What they niggas looking at. What they bitches looking at. Tryna put some money in the bag. All these niggas going outside. All I'm really tryna do is stack. While everybody's stuck in the past. Tell me what you looking at. Tell me what they looking at. What they niggas looking at. What they bitches looking at. Tell me what you looking at. Tell me what they looking at. What they niggas looking at. What they bitches looking at.
Gotta be looking at that thing sitting on sixes. Big ass sunroof and I bought a new engine. When I hit the corner, might pull a few women. Hop out fresh, clean, rockin' a new denim. Levi jacket and Levi jeans. When you get the gossip in, please leave out me. Leave me out the conversation. I'm probably in another nation with a Haitian thinking about getting paper. I might bet a stack on the Lakers. Nah, I'ma bet 2 stacks on the Pacers.